Hello, pleasure to be here. So, in this uncertain world, let's look at some refreshing things which are happening around the world. When I looked at our Bloomberg screen and when I look at the uncertainty index, which is already at all-time high, in the COVID times, the uncertainty index was at 20,000. After Lehman Brothers, so it was at similar levels, but recently it hit 94,000 levels. So, in the uncertain world, what to do? What are the things we should be looking at? And in such kind of uncertain times, consumption provides the put option. It is the option which is given on the against the misallocation of capital. And as an asset allocator, our task is to connect the top-down ideas and bottom-up data points which we are able to see in the economy, which we are able to see in our daily life. So let me connect that top-down approach to the bottom-up and let's look at what is happening around us. So we have been talking about how India is changing, how various sectors, how various cycles are different. We recognize that 2003 to 2008 cycle and recent cycles are very different. At that time, there was spends on electricity, infrastructure. Now we are seeing the similar trends, but in different sectors like data centers. And similarly, consumption sector has also gone through phenomenal changes. And these are the changes I wanted to highlight to all our consumption. So if you look at how corporates are changing, how they are deciding to launch new products, if you look at the iPhone launches, if you look at the new hotel launches, if you look at the QSR launches, we can see corporates are taking strides and making India as the first go-to market across their products that we are able to see in the cars, that we are able to see in the iPhone launches as well. If I connect this data point to some of the recent data points which we mined, if you look at premiumization trend which is happening in India is actually real. What we saw that India is a value-conscious consumer, now he's changing. He's not only spending, he's upgrading. He's spending big time on the areas of comfort, on the areas where he find true value. And that's why you can see, if you look at the air conditioning index, the spend on air conditioning is now almost 3.5 times as against the air coolers, which is at 1.5 times. If you look at the premium beauty product, you will see the similar trend. SUV penetration as well as the 5-star, so we are in this August place, and you can see the 5-star rates from 2019 to 2025 have gone up by 60% as against the 3-star category, which is much more muted. But is it happening in our daily life? Are we able to see that in our own life as well? So in Union Asset Management, we have included AI in our research, and we threw this question to AI that which are the best or which are the top products which were bought by Indian consumers in 2005, 2010, 15, 20 and 25. And that is something which came out very drastically, that if you look at areas like mobile phones, in 2005, there was a monochrome 2G or Nokia phone at 2,500 rupees. And now everybody is at least consuming 20,000 rupees of smartphone in 2025. If you look at the primary, primary cooling product at that time was a ceiling fan and was 1,500 rupees. And now in 2025, the go-to product is now air conditioner, which is almost 20x the cost of ceiling fan. If you look at other areas as well, for example, if you look at areas like refrigerator or if you look at smart TVs, the primary entertainment SKU at the earlier times, 2005, 2010, 2015, was 14-inch CRT TV, and now it has become a smart TV. And that is the change we are able to see in the consumption basket, that consumers are not only spending, they are upgrading, they are spending big time on the areas which they want to see. On the staple side as well, you see the similar trends. So Amul brand, which has been the top-notch brand from 2005 to 2025, that grew 20x during this period of time. So Amul's growth of 20x is not just population growth. Population did not grow 20x during this period of time, but consumers upgraded. Amul went into other areas and bought into new areas to serve their consumers. And that is how this growth has been. If you look at even the very small category or interesting category like tea, earlier from unbranded, now there are identity brands like Tata Tea, which are featuring in top 5. Earlier, Wheel was one of the top areas where people used to buy from the detergent side, that shifted to Surf Excel, and from Surf Excel to Surf Excel Matic. And that shifts we are able to see in our own life as well. So that's why we thought it will be very interesting to look at the data points. And when we connect this top down to bottom up, we have to also identify how the stakeholders are working on this, whether corporates are also talking the same language, whether government is also able to see these changes and are they reacting to these changes. On the underlying, what is happening over this period of time is that the income levels are changing. So these changes are real. They are backed by a strong data points like income levels growing. And we can see that in how India's overall families are shifting from the various cohorts, from low income to middle income to upper higher income. So $50,000 plus income consumers or households are going to double from 23 to 2030. And 60% growth is in the range of $10,000 to $50,000 consumption basket of households. Those households are also growing by 60%. So what we saw is there is a top-down approach that why consumption makes a lot of sense. The data points are also connecting very well, that what we are able to see in our own daily life is there and is backed by strong data. And these are the four pillars which we are able to see on the rising income levels, urbanization trends which are moving or inching upwards as we talk, favorable demographics, and technological advancements. So technological advancements, why we think it's a significant pillar for consumption, that access to internet, smartphones, social media users are accentuating those trends. So you might have seen this weight loss product, Eli Lilly's weight loss product, in 5 months period of time, it reached 100 crore rupees of revenue. And that is the fastest consumer brand as such, if you look at in the India or in the recent past as such. So fastest to reach 100 crores in 5 months. That cannot happen without having access to internet, smartphones. That information is getting disseminated very quickly. We think that government is also recognizing this. So if you look at after COVID, there were PLI schemes, that production linked incentive schemes were given to a lot of industries. And from there, government focus is changing towards consumption. So direct tax benefit, indirect tax benefit, even the yet pay commission, though it may hit in FY28 most likely, but number is 3.7 lakh crores a year, 90,000 crores a quarter. That is significant money which will come into the hands of consumers over a period of time. We believe the wallets of rural consumer as well as urban consumer, they are fattening, and where they are likely to spend is on this premiumization theme, that where they will be able to get more comfort in their life, where they will send their kids to more better education, and it will lead a flywheel effect over a period of time in the industry as well as the country. So this consumption cog is a significant cog in the economy, but there are 19 subsectors. And when you look at all these subsectors, so like FMCG also comes in, hotels, hospitality also comes in, travel, tourism also kicks in, and there are other areas like consumer durables, auto, and this is a very significant part of economy, 56% of the economy. So it is very important to look at which of this will play out. As I mentioned, 2003 to 2008, that capex cycle was very different, and today's capex cycle is very different. Similarly, we believe that the new consumption cycle which is undergoing will be quite different than the past consumption cycles. Now, in next 10 years, next 15 years period of time, the earlier leaders of consumption may take a backseat and new leaders may emerge. And that's why it is very important to look at which are the areas of this consumption will be biggest beneficiary. So we believe that consumer discretionary is something which will get a phenomenal boost, because how much ever money you get, if we double our income in let's say 5 years, you are not going to brush maybe 4 times. Your brushing will continue to be in 2 times. Or if you are consuming 1 cup of tea in the morning, that will continue to be 1 cup of tea over a period of time. But on the discretionary side, we believe there will be a phenomenal growth. And that is something which we are able to see in data, and the expectation on the e-commerce side, on the overall quick commerce side as well, that we are able to see in the aviation field, we are able to see in the QSR restaurants or watches, or even if you look at consumer durable space. So we believe that that is the framework you will have to put in, that which of this consumption basket will benefit over a period of time. At Union Asset Management, that's why we come out with this framework called RISE framework. We believe that India's consumption story is a durable story. We believe that top-down approach, bottom-up approach, and what is happening from governments, industry, and all the participant is pointing towards this consumption likely to boom over a period of time. But it is important to have this framework of RISE, where you focus on reach, intermediates, spend up, that is the premiumization, and the experiences which consumers are likely to demand over a period of time. And that is something which we think will be the significant framework for our consumption, or India's consumption to look at. We have to look it from this lens. And ultimately, I wanted to close with this, that why this is very important, because that will create the flywheel effect, that small consistent efforts done by all the stakeholders in the overall supply chain are leading to significant development over a period of time. 56% of India's economy is coming from consumption, and after latest uncertainties in the global world, we believe that government is pivoting towards domestic economy, and that's why we are able to see these various changes in the EdPay commission or direct tax benefits, GST benefits, which government is enacting. And we believe this will be the flywheel effect for years to come, and that is something, a durable trend I wanted to highlight to for your consumption. Thank you so much.